I finally saw Down with Love, and I thought it was a musical, but it's not. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Performance Perspective, where we watch different performances and then we share our perspective. If you're new here, hi, I'm Carolyn, but you could call me Care, and I hope that you're enjoying the new sort of like branding that I'm doing for this channel. But anyways, if you're someone that loves to talk about musicals and musical theater people and things like that, don't forget to like and subscribe, because my big goal is to hit 5,000 subscribers. Yay! Now, so with this movie, Down with Love, I wanted to watch it a year ago, but then I was like, no, I think it's a perfect movie for February. So I waited the whole year to talk about it. So if you're someone that likes the 60s fashion or camp kind of movies, or if you enjoyed the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, you will enjoy Down with Love. Down with Love is a vibrant nod to the cinemascope dazzle of 1960s big screen gems. Right from the get-go, with that iconic 20th century Fox intro, we're whisked into a world where animated titles and lively tunes set the stage. This flick is a loving homage to those Doris Day, Rock Hudson classics. Also, I might have detected a little bit of Shirley MacLaine, What a Way to Go. We should talk about that movie on this channel. With a battle of the sexes that's both nostalgic and cheekily modern, Down with Love is serving up a feast of bright colors, sprawling sets, and that mid-century modern flair reminiscent of a time just on the cusp of the sexual revolution. Oh my gosh, I loved it. Enter Barbara Novak, portrayed by Renee Zellweger, a New England author whose groundbreaking book is shaking up societal norms and de-throating none other than JFK from the bestseller lists. She's all about empowering women in the office and beyond. Cue Ewan McGregor's Catch Your Block. I used to say Ewan McGregor. It's Ewan. But yeah, did anyone else say Ewan? Or maybe this is your first time realizing it's Ewan. Isn't that crazy? Watch me still pronounce it incorrectly. So his character is a smooth-talking journalist who's convinced he can charm Barbara into revealing her true traditional colors, all for a juicy story. Meanwhile, Barbara's publisher pulls off a publicity masterstroke by lining up an interview with the infamous Catcher himself. The casting is a direct throwback to the 60s, with the characters channeling the essence of Doris Day, Rock Hudson, and even Lauren Bacall and Tony Randall, who actually makes an appearance. And while the movie teases with its sex talk and comedic predicaments, it stays true to its characters' principles. Down with Love cleverly plays with those iconic split-screen techniques, giving a nod to classics like Pillow Talk, and even tips its hat to Austin Powers with some suggestive yet entirely innocent scenes.
Oh, behave.
While no one can truly match Doris Day's unique charm, Renee Zellweger brings her own brand of earnest sincerity that almost captures it, especially in a captivating monologue that's pure heart. Something I did notice while watching the movie is that there's actually music going on the whole movie, you know, like the 1960s wow and the percussions and things. And the only time I noticed that the music completely stopped was when Barbara has her big monologue. This movie mirrors its inspirations beautifully, celebrating a bygone era of gender norms while revealing in the thrill of bending them. It's a delightful romp through the 1960s, complete with the satisfaction of seeing a hypocrite get their just desserts. Down with Love reminds us of a time when comeuppance was a thing and sneaky behavior wasn't just shrugged off. Barbara Novak, with her mix of indignation and cunning, brings a refreshing slice of the 60s to our modern world. This movie is the perfect musical, except it's not a musical. But what I mean is that there is a certain theatricalness of it all where, you know, even the way that they walk, the way that they talk, there is a sense of very performative that it gives me a feeling of a musical. Also, as the movie was going on, there were so many things that I was like, oh my gosh, this is when the song would happen. Or there would be a certain line that they said that I was like, that's a song. So for example, something that they're repetitive in saying is they say, oh, I scooped you, you know, like getting the scoop in the story. But then it'll happen again where they're like, I scooped you again, or you've been scooped again. And I was like, oh my gosh, what if the song was called Scooped You, and then every time there's a reprise of that same song called, Scooped You again. But anyways, that's what my musical theater brain was doing this whole time. If there's anyone I dream of bringing this musical to life, it's the brilliant minds behind the Beetlejuice musical. Imagine the genius of Eddie Perfect weaving the music and lyrics, infusing each note with the lively, vibrant brass sounds of the 60s. It would be an exciting new venture for Eddie, one I'd be thrilled to see unfold. Then, picture the narrative being sculpted by Scott Brown and Anthony King. My choice for them stems from a genuine admiration for their unique ability to bridge the gap between cinema and stage. They have this unparalleled knack for capturing what audiences cherish about the original film and flawlessly translating that essence into a live performance. In all the movie to stage adaptations I've watched, they're the standout duo who truly grasp what makes a live audience tick and how to honor the movie spirit on the stage. I mean, take Miss Argentina, for example. In the movie, it was just a couple lines. The scene is funny and powerful. It's very quick, though. And they were able to take that 2-minute scene and create a hilarious, gorgeous song. Also, I strongly believe in the power of silence within a musical. Take Barbara Novak's monologue, for instance. It might seem like the go-to move to turn her heartfelt words into a song, but I'd argue against it. The beauty of this movie lies in its playful exaggeration, and it's precisely this over-the-top nature that makes Barbara's moment of raw vulnerability so impactful. When she opens up to catch her block, it's not just him who's caught off guard, the audience is too. It's a pivotal moment where the constant background music, which had been setting up the tone until then, halts, emphasizing the weight of her words. This choice would underscore the dramatic shift in both her character and the storyline, making it a memorable scene that sticks with the audience long after the show. Honestly, if this movie does become a musical, I want to be a part of it. I just want to see the process of it being made and stuff, but there is something that I know for sure would ruin the musical for me, and it's if they don't do the costumes and the sets justice, because the costumes themselves is a gag and there's so much to play with as far as the humor and again the exaggeration of these characters and putting on this persona of we're business women and all this stuff. It's just fun. And even the sets like, oh, that's Catcher's place and it's such a bachelor pad, and then it's like you go to the friends like apartment and then you see Barbara's place, and it's just like they all have their own unique taste that really does match their character.
It's adorable.
And so the way that Broadway is going is that they tend to do a very minimalistic, like putting the orchestra on the stage, which sometimes it works, it makes sense, but then I just feel like it's almost a cop out and they don't want to spend the money. And it's like visually, this show is such a spectacle that I'm like, yeah, I want it. I want the glamour. I miss the glamour in Broadway. Am I the only one? Now, I often rave about the lead characters, but let's not overlook the scene stealers in the supporting cast. David Hyde Pierce as Peter McManus, Katja's neurotically charming best friend and boss, is a delight. Then there's Sarah Paulson, who embodies Vicky Hiller, Barbara's fiercely progressive and empowering editor, with such finesse. Their chemistry is palpable. They share this mutual attraction that's tinged with hesitation, neither daring to make the first move. Peter's internal struggle, feeling diminished next to Catcher's dominating presence, and Vicky's longing for a partner who mirrors her strength add layers of complexity to their characters that are just captivating.
The men who resent my success won't give me the time of day, and the men who respect my success won't give me the time of night.
I don't know about other men, but I swear, if I had the chance, I would respect you and resent you night and day and night.
This was Sarah Paulson's first big studio movie, and dare I say it, I feel like Sarah Paulson is my Meryl Streep. She is so versatile, and the things that she does, like whenever performing, really does blow my mind.
He's escaping! The killer is escaping! Help me!
You might might guess from my enthusiasm that this movie was a box office smash, but surprisingly, it didn't fare well upon its release. Let me set the record straight, this movie is a gem. So, where did things go awry? My sleuthing leads me to believe the marketing strategy missed the mark. They pitched it as a serious drama overshadowing its vibrant, fun essence. Had they taken a page out of the Austin Powers playbook, highlighting its comedic genius rather than framing it as a solemn romance, it might have resonated more with audiences. But there's another twist to the tale. Its release coincided with The Matrix Reloaded, which inevitably hogged the cinematic limelight. Wrapping things up, this movie is an absolute Valentine's Day delight and comes highly recommended if you're in the mood for a good laugh, some unexpected twists, and a storyline that keeps you on your toes just when you think it's coming to an end. Nope. Plus, the fashion and overall aesthetic of the film are just simply too fabulous to miss. It's the perfect pick for anyone looking to enjoy a fun, engaging movie that keeps delivering surprises. Now, I actually understand why I thought this movie was a musical, and it's because Ewan McGregor and Renee Zellweger actually had a song, and they included it as like a bonus scene in the film. The delightful bonus scene featuring them belting out a duet, Here's to Love, came to life largely thanks to the stars themselves. McGregor and Zellweger, both of whom have showcased their musical chops in iconic films like Moulin Rouge and Chicago. They felt it would be a missed opportunity not to lend their vocal talents to this project. They insisted on adding the musical number, believing it would be a disservice to their backgrounds and the film not to include such a moment. And they were right, because I would have been pissed. Anyways, darlings, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more, musical fun. And again, I hope that you're enjoying the new branding. And without further ado, take care, darling.